Sarah, shall I start?
Yes, if you want to open the meeting, I will take it from there.
It's a quick start. We have a special meeting of the Atlantic Avenue Healthcare Property Holding Corporation because we are about to transfer property. That subsidiary is going to transfer property. But before we do that, are you going to read the roll again, Sarah, or can we just assume that the same people who were in the former meeting are in this one?
I'll just quickly note for the record that we are authorized to meet via video conference in light of the extension of the emergency declaration by the governor in light of the ongoing COVID pandemic. We do have all members of our board present today for this subsidiary meeting, with the exception of Mr. Ken Evans. And we also have members of DASNY staff available, which will be inserted into the record, but include our president, vice president, general counsel, and others. And I will turn it back to you with that, Mr. Chair.
Sarah, thank you very much. We have a transcript of the April 16th, 2022 Atlantic Avenue board meeting. You all, it's in your information. Everybody's had a chance to take a look at it. Are there any comments on those minutes? Hearing none. May I have a motion, please, to approve them?
So moved.
Thank you very much, Janice. Is there a second?
Second, Joan.
Joan, thank you very much. Are there any opposed to the motion, to the approval of the minutes? Are there any abstentions from the approval of the minutes? Hearing none. We will deem the minutes approved unanimously. Mr. President, you're going to tell us about the transfer of real property at 1366 East New York Avenue.
Yes.
You got the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate that. Good to talk to everyone on this board meeting. As we know, as board members, the Atlantic Avenue Healthcare Property Holding Corporation has several pieces of property to which we hold title. From time to time, there are policy reasons with which we would transfer that property to private developers or other people for public purposes. And this is one of those occasions. So we will need authorization to transfer real property located at 1366 East New York Avenue in Brooklyn. And Ms. Lee will give us a full description of that transfer. Portia?
Thank you, Portia.
Thank you so much. So as you know, the Atlantic Avenue subsidiary owns certain real property as a result of the bankruptcy of Interfaith Medical Center. Interfaith was a secured hospital and benefited from a contingent state service contract. Before the board today for consideration, as we've noted, is a resolution authorizing the transfer of real property located at 1366 East New York Avenue in Brooklyn. Also included in the package is a memo, which provides a history behind this proposed transfer and an overview of the affordable housing project to be developed on the site called The Rise. Just to quickly recap previous board discussions at a high level, at the April 2019 Atlantic Avenue meeting, staff highlighted the special legislation that was included in the 2019-20 state budget that authorized Atlantic Avenue to transfer 4 parcels pursuant to Governor's Vital Brooklyn Plan, aimed at increasing access and quality of healthcare services, along with creating affordable housing in an effort to transform central Brooklyn. The following year, at the September 2020 Atlantic Avenue board meeting, the board approved the transfer of the first such parcel located at 483-503 Herkimer Street in Brooklyn. At the January 2022 board meeting, the board approved the second transfer located at 1038 Broadway in Brooklyn. So before the board today is the third such parcel for conveyance, 1366 East New York Avenue. New York State Homes and Community Renewal, HCR, has selected a development team for the site following an RFP process. As required by the special legislation, the project plan for the site has been approved by the Commissioner of HCR, the Department of Health, and the Division of Budget. HCR's approval focused on the project's housing component, while DOH considered the healthcare element and DOB looked at the overall financial plan. DASNY and the Atlantic Avenue subsidiary have no approval authority over the specific project plan. The site that's to be developed that is to be developed into a newly constructed 7-story building with approximately 71 affordable housing rental units and a community facility that includes supportive service space, program space, meeting rooms, and exercise rooms. On the health care side, a mental health clinic will be included on the ground floor and leased to and operated by Brookdale Hospital Medical Center. As you'll recall, Interfaith Medical Center merged into Brookdale in late 2020 and now operates as a division of Brookdale. So what we basically have here is an old small building that's currently being used by Interfaith mental health case management staff, being sold to a developer at nominal cost, who in turn will demolish the existing structure and build affordable housing together with community space for supportive services and social programs to be developed, to be administered by the development team. In addition, the RISE will also include new mental health clinic space to be operated and built out by Brookdale. I wanted to confirm to the board the cost to hold this and other properties related to Atlantic Avenue is not creating any financial burden on either DASME or its Atlantic Avenue subsidiary. Money was set aside at the time of Interfaith's exit from bankruptcy to help cover any expenses associated with holding this property. Atlantic Avenue is responsible for making insurance-related payments on the property. However, there's sufficient money available to cover the cost for the foreseeable future. Ken Evans from DOH was not able to join us today. He did give us a statement for the record, which is that the department has reviewed and approved the project plan for the RISE/1366 East New York Avenue and have discussed the healthcare services that are proposed to be delivered with One Brooklyn Health representatives during the development of the plan. We have determined that the healthcare services that have historically been delivered from the site will continue to be delivered upon completion of the project. Staff recommends the Atlantic Avenue Board approve the proposed resolution consistent with all requirements as specified in that special legislation. Mr. Chairman.
Of course, thank you very much. It's the affordable housing component of this proposal that caught my eye. It's a terrific decision to make for the people in that area of Brooklyn, and we'll keep our fingers crossed that there are no glitches. Are there questions for Portia? Here,
The note out, I just wanted to note, I had a nice discussion with Portia on the underlying project, and she answered some of my questions and concerns. So thank you, Portia.
Absolutely, Jerry.
and Jerry, thank you for putting that in the record. Are there questions for Portia?
Just real quick, at least, I know
Please.
this developer, I know the program, we've developed into the program. I have, real confidence in Andrea Kretschmer and her partner, Xenolith, and I think this seems really complementary and terrific for reuse.
Thank you for lending your expertise to the project and to the board's consideration of the vote that I'm about to ask for. You've seen the resolution. Are there any questions? Hearing none, may I have a motion, please, to approve it?
I make it, Al.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Is there a second?
Second,
Is that Lisa?
yes,
Thank you. Thank you. I couldn't see you. Thanks very much. Are there any opposed to the resolution as presented? Are there any abstentions from the vote? Hearing none, then the resolution is approved for the property transfer and it's approved unanimously. Is there any other business to come before the Atlantic Avenue Property Holdings Company Board?
Mr. Chairman, if I might, I just wanted to make one other note.
Yes,
For the board. I just wanted to inform the board of another Vital Brooklyn matter that does not specifically require the Atlantic Avenue Board approval, but we wanted to bring it to the board's attention. As my colleague Craig Schreibogel noted at the April 22 board meeting, DASN staff is currently working with HCR, DOH, and DOB on a plan that would release mortgages on 2 Kingsbrook properties as early as this fall for low-income housing projects. While these Vital Brooklyn projects don't require any Atlantic Avenue board action because Atlantic Avenue does not own the Kingsbrook properties, I wanted to inform you because a mortgage on the entire Kingsbrook campus, which includes these 2 parcels, helped secure a note owed to Atlantic Avenue for old lease payments that were not made by Interfaith. As such, Atlantic Avenue would be giving up a small portion of security, which collateralizes the note. DASNY continues to work with DOH and DOV on determining the best use of any potential sale proceeds One Brooklyn Health System is expected to receive from the sale. Mr. Chairman.
Portia, thank you, and thank you for that update. Are there questions for Portia with regard to the update? Okay. We have voted the resolution up. I think that we are at the end of the meeting. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you, Wellington. Second?
Second, Joan.
Joan, thank you very much. Are there any opposed to the adjournment? Are there any abstentions from the motion to adjourn? Then we are adjourned. Sarah?